The Secret Service doesn't just wear sunglasses and protect the president. They've taken bullets, cracked billion-dollar counterfeiting rings, and one agent even wrestled an assassin mid-flight. These are 20 weird facts about the Secret Service. And the bonus? Let's just say their first job had nothing to do with presidents at all. Like, get ready. These secrets run deep. They started as money hunters. The Secret Service was created on April 14th, 1865, the exact same day President Abraham Lincoln was shot and killed at Ford's Theater. But here's the crazy part. They weren't created to protect presidents at all. Their only job was to hunt down people making fake money across America. At that time, 1/3 of all money in the United States was counterfeit and completely fake. The economy was falling apart because nobody trusted paper money anymore. Treasury Secretary Hugh McCulloch convinced Lincoln to create the Secret Service to save American currency. Lincoln signed the order, creating the agency just hours before leaving for the theater that night. It's one of history's strangest coincidences that he approved their creation on the day he died. The Secret Service didn't start protecting presidents until 36 years later in 1901. For decades, they only chased counterfeiters and forgers across the country. A president died because they didn't exist yet. President James Garfield was shot on July 2nd, 1881 at a train station in Washington, D.C. by a crazy man named Charles Guiteau. Garfield lingered in terrible pain for 80 days before finally dying from infections on September 19th. There was no Secret Service protection for presidents back then. Anyone could just walk right up to them. Garfield's assassin simply walked into the train station with a gun in his pocket and waited. He shot the president twice in the back at close range while Garfield was walking to catch a train. If the Secret Service had existed for presidential protection, Garfield would probably have lived a long life. After his death, people begged Congress to create protection for presidents, but Congress refused for 20 more years. It took another presidential assassination before anyone did anything about it. The lack of protection was absolutely insane when you think about it today. It took 3 dead presidents. The Secret Service didn't protect presidents until William McKinley was shot and killed in 1901 in Buffalo, New York. That made 3 assassinated presidents in less than 40 years. Lincoln, Garfield, and McKinley all murdered. McKinley was shaking hands with regular people at the Pan American Exposition on September 6th when anarchist Leon Czolgosz shot him twice. An agent named George Foster was nearby but wasn't officially assigned to protect McKinley at all. McKinley died 8 days later from gangrene and infections on September 14th, 1901. Congress finally realized that maybe, just maybe, the president needed actual bodyguards with guns. That same year, the Secret Service officially began protecting President Theodore Roosevelt full-time. Roosevelt didn't even want protection and thought it was unnecessary and annoying. He tried to ditch his agents constantly by going on long hikes and horseback rides. But the Secret Service stuck to him like glue whether he liked it or not. They protect more than just presidents. The Secret Service protects way more people than just the current president of the United States. They guard the vice president, former presidents for their entire lives, and all their immediate families too. Presidential candidates get protection once the campaign gets serious, usually about 120 days before the election. They protect visiting foreign leaders when they come to America for meetings and events. The Secretary of Homeland Security can order protection for anyone facing serious threats. They've protected celebrities, witnesses in major trials, and even Olympic athletes at certain events. During major events like the Super Bowl or political conventions, they protect thousands of people at once. The agency has protected everyone from the Pope to the Dalai Lama when they visit America. At any given moment, the Secret Service is protecting over 30 different people around the world. Each person gets their own team of agents working in shifts 24 hours a day. The sunglasses are required. Secret Service agents wear those iconic dark sunglasses for very specific and important reasons. The glasses hide where they're looking so bad guys can't tell what they're watching. Agents constantly scan crowds for threats, weapons, and suspicious behavior without people knowing. The sunglasses also protect their eyes from camera flashes, bright lights, and sun during outdoor events. If an agent's eyes are blinded by a flash, they can't do their job protecting people. The agency actually has approved sunglasses that agents must choose from the official list. Most agents wear Oakley or Randolph Engineering, sunglasses that cost between $150 and $300. The lenses are impact resistant in case something hits them in the face during an attack. Agents wear them even on cloudy days because cameras flash constantly around presidents. The sunglasses have become so iconic that you can spot a Secret Service agent from far away. They have a secret training facility. The Secret Service trains at a secret facility in Beltsville, Maryland called the James J. Rowley Training center. The 493-acre campus is surrounded by fences and guards to keep people out. They have mock cities, fake hotels, practice motorcades, and even a counterfeit money lab inside. Agents practice protecting the president in incredibly realistic scenarios that feel completely real. They train for attacks from gunmen, car crashes, bomb threats, chemical attacks, and biological weapons. The facility has a driving track where agents learn to do crazy maneuvers at high speeds. They practice ramming cars, high-speed chases, and defensive driving techniques that look like movie stunts. New agents go through months of intense training before they ever protect anyone important. They learn hand-to-hand combat, advanced firearms, emergency medicine, and tactical planning. Only about 1% of applicants actually make it through training and become agents. Presidential limo is a tank. The president's limousine, called the Beast, is basically a tank disguised as a Cadillac car. It weighs between 15,000 and 20,000 pounds because of all the armor built into every surface. The doors are 8 inches thick and weigh as much as the door on a Boeing 757 airplane. The windows are 5 inches of layered glass that can stop armor-piercing bullets and even rockets. The tires are reinforced with Kevlar and can keep driving even if they're completely flat and shredded. There are tear gas cannons, smoke screens, and oil slicks that can deploy like a James Bond movie. The car is completely sealed against chemical and biological attacks from the outside air. It has its own oxygen supply inside in case of gas attacks or fire. The car costs over $1.5 million to build, and they have multiple identical ones. Nobody knows exactly how many exist because it's classified top secret information. Agents take the bullet. Secret Service agents are literally trained to jump in front of bullets to save the president. On March 30th, 1981, Agent Tim McCarthy took a bullet meant for President Ronald Reagan outside the Washington Hilton Hotel. John Hinckley Jr. started shooting at Reagan with a revolver after a speaking event. McCarthy saw the gun, turned his body into a human shield, and spread himself wide to cover Reagan. A bullet hit McCarthy in the stomach, but he survived after emergency surgery at the hospital. Agent Jerry Parr shoved Reagan into the limo so hard he cracked one of Reagan's ribs. Another bullet ricocheted off the limo and hit Reagan under his left arm. Parr saved Reagan's life by getting him to the hospital in under 4 minutes. Reagan was losing blood fast and almost died on the operating table that day. The doctors said if they'd arrived even 2 minutes later, Reagan would have died. McCarthy became a hero and continued working for the Secret Service for years after recovering. They use code names. Every person the Secret Service protects gets an official code name used in all communications. President Joe Biden's code name is Celtic because of his Irish heritage and background. Former President Donald Trump was called Mogul during his time in office. Barack Obama was Renegade, George W. Bush was Trailblazer, and Bill Clinton was Eagle. First Lady Jill Biden is Capri, and Melania Trump was Muse during her time. The tradition started during World War II when secure communications weren't encrypted yet. Code names made it harder for enemies listening to radios to know who they were talking about. Now the names are just tradition, but they still use them constantly every single day. Families usually pick code names that start with the same letter. All Trump started with M presidents can request certain names, but the Secret Service has to approve them first. The code names make radio chatter faster and easier during emergencies and attacks. They study every threat. The Secret Service investigates over 5,000 threats against the president every single year. That's more than 13 threats every single day that they have to check out carefully. Most threats come from mentally ill people who aren't actually dangerous at all. But agents investigate every single one just in case someone is seriously planning an attack. They interview people who make threats online, in letters, or in phone calls to authorities. The agency keeps detailed files on thousands of people who might pose future risks. They track these people for years and know where they are at all times. When the president travels anywhere, agents check if any threatening people live nearby. They visit these people before the president arrives and sometimes watch them during the visit. The Secret Service has stopped multiple assassination attempts before they even started this way. They use advanced computer programs to analyze social media for threatening language and behavior. Finding real threats among thousands of fake ones is like finding needles in haystacks. Counterfeiting is still their job. Even though everyone thinks of presidential protection, the Secret Service still fights counterfeiting every single day. They investigate over $100 million in counterfeit money every year in America. Agents work undercover to bust criminal rings making fake bills in basements and warehouses. Modern counterfeiters use high-quality printers and computers to make nearly perfect fake money. The Secret Service works with the Treasury Department to constantly redesign money to stay ahead. They investigate financial crimes, credit card fraud, identity theft, and cyber crimes too. In 2019, they arrested over 4,000 people for counterfeiting and financial crimes across America. Agents seized over $77 million in fake money before it entered circulation. They work with international agencies to stop counterfeit American money being made overseas. Countries like North Korea have created incredibly good fake $100 bills called super notes. The Secret Service has laboratories with experts who can spot fake money instantly. They never leave the president alone. Secret Service agents are with the president literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, forever. When the president sleeps, agents stand guard right outside the bedroom door all night. When the president uses the bathroom, agents wait right outside and check it first. When the president goes jogging, agents jog alongside in their suits and sunglasses. They taste the president's food before he eats it to make sure it's not poisoned. When the president travels, agents arrive days early to check every single location. They interview hotel staff, restaurant workers, and anyone who will be near the president. Agents work in shifts, but there are always at least a dozen agents nearby at all times. Even at private family events like weddings or funerals, agents are always watching and ready. Former presidents get protection for life, so agents protect people who left office decades ago. The dedication and commitment required is absolutely incredible when you really think about it. They control the airspace. When the president travels anywhere, the Secret Service controls the entire airspace around him completely. They create a no-fly zone that can stretch for 30 miles in every direction. All airplanes, helicopters, drones, and even small private planes are banned from the area. Fighter jets patrol the edges ready to intercept any aircraft that enters the restricted zone. If a plane enters the no-fly zone, the Secret Service can order it shot down immediately. This has happened before when small planes accidentally wandered too close to the president. In 2005, a small Cessna plane flew near the White House, and F-16 fighters scrambled. The Air Force was seconds away from shooting it down before the pilot turned away. The Secret Service coordinates with the FAA, Air Force, and local airports for every trip. They monitor radar constantly to track every flying object within range of the president. Even birds flying in formation have caused brief scares and alerts during outdoor events. Agents earn good money, but not great. Secret Service agents make decent money, but not as much as you might think. Starting agents earn between $50,000 and $60,000 per year when they first join. Experienced agents with years of service make between $80,000 and $160,000 annually. Special agents in charge of major offices can make over $180,000 per year. That sounds like good money, but consider they work insane hours with no overtime pay. Agents regularly work 60 to 80-hour weeks during presidential campaigns and foreign trips. They miss birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, and important family events constantly. The divorce rate among Secret Service agents is extremely high because of the job demands. Many agents leave after several years for easier jobs in private security, making more money. Protecting former presidents pays the same as active duty, which frustrates some agents. Despite the challenges, thousands of people apply every year hoping to join the elite agency. They've lost presidents before. Despite their best efforts, Secret Service agents have failed to prevent attacks multiple times. On November 22nd, 1963, President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed in Dallas, Texas. Agent Clint Hill jumped onto the back of the moving car but couldn't save Kennedy. The president was hit by bullets fired from the Texas School Book Depository building. Hill blamed himself for decades, even though he did everything humanly possible that day. In 1975, two different women tried to shoot President Gerald Ford within 17 days. Lynette Squeaky Fromm pointed a gun at Ford in Sacramento on September 5th. An agent grabbed the gun and tackled her before she could fire a shot. Sarah Jane Moore fired a shot at Ford in San Francisco on September 22nd. A bystander named Oliver Sipple grabbed her arm and the bullet missed Ford completely. Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981 despite being surrounded by agents at the hotel. The Secret Service learned from each failure and improved their tactics and training constantly. They have a counter-assault team. The Secret Service has a special unit called the Counter-Assault Team, or CAT, that follows the president everywhere. These agents wear all black tactical gear and carry serious military-grade weapons. They ride in a special black suburban truck that follows the president's motorcade. If there's an attack, the CAT agents jump out and fight while other agents evacuate the president. They carry automatic rifles, grenades, heavy armor, and specialized weapons you won't see anywhere else. CAT agents are trained like Special Forces soldiers and can handle any combat situation. They practice scenarios where terrorists attack with multiple shooters, explosives, or vehicle bombs. The team was created after the Reagan assassination attempt showed they needed more firepower. CAT agents are some of the most highly trained tactical operators in the entire world. They can engage threats at long range while other agents get the president to safety. Seeing them deploy in full tactical gear is absolutely intimidating and impressive. Former presidents cost millions. Protecting former presidents costs American taxpayers over $60 million every single year. Each former president gets a full detail of agents for their entire life. The protection extends to their spouses until they die or remarry someone else. Former President Jimmy Carter has had Secret Service protection since 1981 when he left office. That's over 40 years of continuous protection costing millions and millions of dollars. Former presidents can decline protection, but almost none of them ever do because of threats. Richard Nixon declined protection in 1985, 11 years after resigning, to save money. The Secret Service still had to protect 4 other living former presidents at that time. When former presidents travel internationally, American agents go with them at taxpayer expense. They protect former presidents' children until they turn 16 years old now. The costs include agent salaries, vehicles, travel expenses, equipment, and security installations at homes. Some people argue the lifetime protection is too expensive and should be limited. They investigate cyber crimes. The Secret Service runs one of the best cybercrime investigation units in America. They investigate massive data breaches, hacking attacks, and identity theft operations. In 2013, they helped take down a cybercrime ring that stole over $300 million. The criminals hacked into major retailers and stole millions of credit card numbers. Secret Service agents worked undercover online for years to infiltrate the criminal network. They arrested hackers in multiple countries, working with international law enforcement agencies. The agency has special agents who are expert computer forensics investigators and programmers. They can trace digital evidence through multiple countries and encrypted networks. The Secret Service works with major companies to protect financial systems from hackers. They've prevented billions of dollars in losses from cyber attacks over the years. As technology advances, this part of their mission grows more important every year. They have agents everywhere. The Secret Service has over 7,000 employees working in offices around the entire world. They have field offices in every major American city from New York to Los Angeles. International offices operate in countries like England, France, Italy, Germany, and many others. Agents work undercover overseas, tracking counterfeiters and financial criminals globally. When the president travels abroad, dozens of agents arrive weeks early to prepare. They coordinate with local police, military, and intelligence agencies in foreign countries. The Secret Service has protected presidents in war zones like Iraq and Afghanistan under extreme conditions. Agents have set up security in over 100 different countries around the world. They maintain relationships with foreign security services to share information about threats. The global network allows them to respond to threats anywhere on Earth quickly. Having agents positioned worldwide makes presidential travel safer and more efficient than ever before. The training never stops. Secret Service agents train constantly throughout their entire careers, not just at the beginning. They must qualify with their firearms every single month at shooting ranges. Agents practice emergency medical procedures, defensive driving, and hand-to-hand combat regularly. They run scenarios where the president is attacked in dozens of different situations. Training includes airplane crashes, building collapses, active shooters, and terrorist attacks with weapons. Agents study previous assassination attempts from around the world to learn what worked and failed. They train with other agencies like the FBI, CIA, and military special forces. Physical fitness tests happen regularly, and agents must stay in excellent shape their whole careers. The tactics and technology change constantly, so training updates to match new threats. Agents who stop training or fail tests can lose their positions protecting the president. The commitment to continuous improvement keeps the Secret Service among the best protection agencies worldwide. Bonus fact, they almost didn't exist. President Abraham Lincoln's last official act was creating the Secret Service on April 14, 1865. He signed the legislation that morning in his office at the White House. That same night, he went to Ford's Theater and was shot by John Wilkes Booth. Lincoln died the next morning on April 15th without ever seeing the agency he created. The terrible irony is that the Secret Service might have saved his life if it existed for protection. Congress had discussed creating presidential protection before, but always voted it down. They thought it was too expensive and unnecessary since no president had been killed yet. Lincoln's assassination changed everything, but Congress still waited another 36 years to act. If they had created protection earlier, American history would be completely different today. 3 presidents might have lived long, productive lives instead of being murdered. The Secret Service finally exists now, and no president has been successfully assassinated since 1963. From taking bullets to chasing counterfeiters across the globe, the Secret Service proved that protecting America means so much more than sunglasses and suits. These men and women risk everything to keep our leaders safe every single day. If these facts opened your eyes to what really happens behind the scenes, smash that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories that reveal the truth behind the legends.